taking a look at the quilt frame and the way that it's used. I don't supply finished quilt frames. I supply some components to help those who want to build their own quilt frame and do high-end, really beautiful machine quilting on a heck of a low budget. What we've talked about is the components that make up the system: the end frames, the carriages, the rolls. Over the past while, I've had a few individuals have trouble with tracks and track binding, and I think we've answered those questions. And from now on, I'll probably recommend the tracks, maybe even as an option. You really can use them or not use them. I do like to use them if I'm doing like a long quilt or a wide quilt. Personally, I leave enough clearance so that binding's never ever been a problem. And as we discussed earlier, with the tracks being parallel and the lower track carriage running back and forth, between the parallel, the clearance, any slop or clearance is taken up in the natural movement of the top carriage. So it just is not an issue. But if it's a problem, forget it. Don't even build the tracks. Use it without. As you've seen it moving. We've done a lot of inches of quilting in a very short time. And even so, the speed of that machine just isn't all that super fast. I mean, one rotation of your wheel is more than half a foot of quilting. So we're talking about gentle, slow, rhythmic movements. I hope this has really helped you guys that are building your own frames and using the components that I supply. If not, if you're building from scratch, I hope this gives you the knowledge you need to be successful. Now, there's a couple more issues I want to talk about. The handle. Now, and the ergonomics thereof. I'm sitting on a stool right now, and you can kind of get the, you've seen how this whole thing works. If you're sitting too low to the table and your arms are up like this to the handle, you're going to have a tendency to want to twist it or bind it. So you might have problems with just this handle setup. But if you're doing ergonomically correct, then your hands are going to be a little above parallel, and you're going to be able to move that thing just fine. You also want to watch the weight of your machine. Just get a feel for it. Is the weight too far forward? Is it too far? If it's too far backwards, it's going to want to tip the upper carriage. That's no good. So just get the feel and the balance of your machine. And then with the handles in the right position, you've seen it work. You've seen how easy it works. Now, the reason I really like this setup is because, look, if you were sewing your quilt top, you would be working about like you are now. Guess what? You're working the same way. You're not behind the machine, above the machine, trying to work blind to the front side or the back side or anything else. You can sit, you can stand. Make it your own setup. Make it what's comfortable for you. The components will work. The side frames adjust. The carriages, they just need to move that machine, move it smoothly. So there you go. I really hope this helps. This is the nitty-gritty on machine quilting on the cheap. Thanks a lot.